Welcome back, everyone, to the Let's Talk Movies podcast. I'm your host, Brian Drolet. Last time, we touched upon some of the most exciting movie releases coming out in 2023. And today, we're going to focus on some of the latest news in the movie world that we can get excited about. Now, if you guys were unaware, James Gunn did announce some upcoming titles to expect in the DC universe, the biggest of which probably Superman Legacy. Superman Legacy will be rated PG-13 and is set to release in July of 2025. One of only two titles, that and Matt Reeves' Batman Part 2, the Batman Part 2, also set to release in 2025. James Gunn said that he wouldn't be giving strict release dates to things because he wants to stop rushing out films and just hitting deadlines, and he wants to put the screenplay writing process and screenwriter back in a power position and not release these movies until the script is finished. You know, oftentimes they release a movie, they start filming a movie when the script isn't even finished being written, which is crazy, and that's why you get movies with maybe not such great endings and kind of a confusing plot. So James Gunn putting writing back at the forefront. I love it. He also announced plans for more DC titles, including Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, The Swamp Thing, and The Brave and the Bold, a Batman and Robin project. The other titles are TV shows, so we'll stay focused on the movies. I'm super excited, obviously, about Superman. Very curious to see what he does with Batman and Robin. And I like that they're just starting with Batman and Robin. Robin's a tough character to make cool in today's time, so let's see if James Gunn can do it. Which title are you guys the most excited for? Make sure you tell me in the comments section. Please subscribe to the Up On Game Network on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and make sure you let us know how we're doing. In other news about movies coming out this year, Scream 6, as mentioned before, is said to have the longest runtime in the slasher's history ever. No other movie has screamed as long as this Scream will be. And there was a rumor that Liam Neeson would be once again visiting the Batverse and be taking on the role of the villain in Matt Reeves' trilogy. When asked this, Liam Neeson, the star of Taken, one of my favorite movies ever. Gosh, Taken, so good. Stakes so high, pacing, just boom, moving. One of the best movies ever. But he said, no, I've already done that. He was the villain in Batman Begins. No reason to revisit it. I don't blame him. I wouldn't do it. I'll tell you, I wouldn't play a Batman villain ever again either. If I was Brendan Fraser, I would be so pissed off. He was in the Batgirl movie that got totally canceled and thrown away. He was the villain in it. So imagine that. You think this is going to be a big deal. They just throw away the movie. But hey, he's crushing it in The Whale. So anyways, Liam Neeson not going to be in the new Batman movies. Reese Witherspoon back in the rom-com genre, as well as Ashton Kutcher. Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher have a new movie coming out on Netflix on February 10th, Your Place or Mine. It's funny, I was just saying to a friend the other day, Ashton Kutcher, he's not in movies anymore. I guess he's really focusing on being a father, and hey, I can't blame him. I saw his guest starring role on that 90s show. Not really a fan of the show, but I loved him and Mila Kunis in their cameo on that show. Just wanted to mention that. But I'm looking forward to this movie, Your Place or Mine. I think both of these actors are in their kind of zone in the rom-com genre. I like both of them. I enjoy watching their films. I feel like people beat up Ashton Kutcher all the time. They beat him up in that movie Jobs, which I really liked, and I thought he did a great job. So don't be so hard on the Punk Master. Looking forward to Reese Witherspoon, seeing her again. So February 10th on Netflix, Your Place or Mine, Reese Witherspoon, Ashton Kutcher. Also in the news in the movie world, Sarah Michelle Gellar letting people know that they did in fact delete a steamy kiss between Daphne and Velma in the Scooby-Doo movies back in the day. So, people, they go nuts. Some people love seeing, representation in mainstream movies, homosexuals making out, falling in love. I think it's fine. Some people hate it. I think it's necessary. I don't even think it's fine. So I don't understand all the drama. I guess a lot of it has to do with overseas. China will not sometimes play a movie in other countries, which hurts the box office return. We saw that with Buzz Lightyear this year. But, we got to keep pushing the needle forward. And regardless of it hurting the pockets of these, investors, and kudos to the people that are still putting those in movies. But back in the day, Scooby-Doo, they were like, not in Scooby-Doo. So yeah, it was confirmed by Sarah Michelle Gellar. What do you guys think about that? Do you understand because of different beliefs around the globe? Or do you say, screw it, forget the bottom line, we need to represent everybody? Let us know your thoughts. And now we're going to move along to more news. If you guys haven't seen the horror movie Megan, it's apparently really good, really scary, I believe funny. And also, Megan is in a new sketch on Jimmy Kimmel selling Girl Scout cookies. It's apparently very funny. People are talking about it. If you guys haven't seen that, make sure you look that up and check out Megan on Jimmy Kimmel selling Girl Scout cookies. Also coming out in news, the movie Everything All at Once was actually offered to Jackie Chan, who turned it down, and it ended up going to Michelle Yeoh, changing her life. So she reflects on that and talks about that in an article. There's been a lot of famous actors turn down movies that went on to become very successful. I wonder if Jackie Chan is kicking himself on this one. So good news if you're a fan of the Terrifier movies. Terrifier with Art the Clown. Terrifier 2 did huge numbers. The creator says he thinks the Terrifier, the clown, will hang up the clown shoes after part 4. So if you love those movies, you can expect 2 more Terrifiers to come, and then that's it. Larry Fessenden's werewolf movie is currently out now. It's called Blackout. So if you're a fan of werewolves, be sure to go check out Blackout. Alex Hurt stars as a guy who is a painter, and he's convinced that he's the werewolf terrorizing town at night. Blackout's poster just came out, so go check out the poster and then go check out the movie. That was my werewolf impression. Now this might be the biggest news there is. Austin Butler, who played Elvis Presley in the Elvis movie with Tom Hanks, who, by the way, we don't need Tom Hanks in that role, okay? All I'm seeing is a fat suit, and I know it's Tom Hanks, I get it, he has the accent. Can we just get a guy? Did we need Tom Hanks? Anyway, I digress. But apparently Austin Butler has not been able to get rid of the Elvis accent since filming the movie. But he says, and this is the big news, he's finally getting rid of it, folks. So maybe in his next movie, where he plays a guy from Detroit, he won't sound like Elvis. All right, in John Wick news, apparently John Wick 4, Keanu Reeves says, will be based off Japanese A9. So this movie, I know people that are fans of John Wick and people that are fans of A9, probably a lot of crossover there. So I guess artistically, this film is going to take a lot of the aesthetics from Japanese A9 and put it in John Wick 4, which is coming out this year. So make sure you look out for that. Now back to Reese Witherspoon. She says fans want a Legally Blonde 3, but she said it's not going to work without Jennifer Coolidge. No Jennifer Coolidge, no Legally Blonde 3. So apparently the reports of Stifler's mom not being in Legally Blonde 3 is false, because they're making the movie. And, Reese is saying, look, no Coolidge, no movie. It ain't cool if you don't got Coolidge. So, rest assured, Stifler's Mom, Part 3, Legally Blonde, coming soon. Dave Bautista, a.k.a. Grax, or Rax from Grax, the big guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. He recently said he's really hoping that in his latest starring role in M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin, that he's really hoping to gain respect from his peers. He's tired of being looked at, I guess, as just a silly, funny big guy. And he's like, yo, I do really good acting in this. I got range. I got depth. I want my respect, and I want it now. So make sure you go check out that movie coming soon, and let us know. You got respect for Dave, or you're like, Dave, I didn't do too much for me. But make sure you check out that movie. It's going to have a crazy ending. You know it, with M. Night doing it. And let us know what you think. And finally, in this latest update about news in the movie world, Ryan Reynolds has begun his training for Deadpool 3. I can't wait to watch this movie. Now, I don't know if you guys heard about all the drama that went down. You know, TJ Miller, who was in the first and second franchise, he's not going to be in this third one. He actually put Ryan Reynolds on blast in an interview saying, oh, Ryan Reynolds doesn't like me and it's because I was funnier than him in scenes. And, you know, TJ Miller has been causing controversy in Hollywood for the last few years. He called in a bomb threat on an airplane while he was wasted, apparently. He got dropped from many jobs. He was a problem on the set of Silicon Valley on HBO, apparently showing up drunk. And I guess Ryan Reynolds really didn't like working with him and thought he had an ego. But according to TJ Miller, it was Ryan Reynolds who was the problem. But, you know, Ryan Reynolds is making Deadpool 3 with Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine, guys. I can't wait to see Deadpool 3. I'm very excited to hear that Ryan Reynolds has begun his training. That movie's underway. Which movies are you guys the most excited about to see this year? Please let me know in the comments section. Like, subscribe, share, and thanks for watching this episode of Let's Talk Movies.